Okay, in this research, we are going to see what is the mangrove resistance to water contamination and plastic in the Motagua River in the Caribbean Sea of Guatemala of the years 2023 to September 2025. And we are going to use the Copernicus Marine Services product, which is the product Global Ocean Biochemistry Analysis and Forecast. So the first product that we will review, it is using it's specifically this ocean biochemistry, shows us that the chlorophyll levels of the Caribbean Sea of Guatemala and Honduras, despite the highly contamination that is flowing through the Motagua River's mouth here in the Caribbean Sea of Guatemala and Honduras. You can see here this is the highly contamination river. Here you can see these high levels of contamination of the river in the Motagua River's mouth. We can see that the chlorophyll levels remain steady and stable with normal values between 0.25 and 0.35, which is normal at a depth of 100 meters. Okay, so using the global ocean biochemistry, we found that the chlorophyll levels are normal despite this high contamination of the Motagua River mouth that we can see here. The second fact that I researched, it is the photosynthesis level of the mangrove around on the north and south in the middle of the Motagua River mouth using the Copernicus Land Monitoring Services, specifically the FAPAR product, okay, that measures the levels of the levels of photosynthesis. So we can see here from the year 2023 to September 2025 that the north and south regions of the Motagua River mouth that we can see here, it has an excellent photosynthesis level between 0.88 and zero point 0.9. Okay, so this mangrove north and south to the Motagua River's mouth, it remains with an excellent levels of photosynthesis measuring from 2023 to September 2025. In the middle of the Motagua River's mouth, this region that we can see here, the photosynthesis are not as good or as excellent of the north and south, but also it remains relatively steady and stable between zero point 0.6 and zero point 0.7, which indicates that this region, even that it doesn't have an excellent level of photosynthesis, it is not dead and it is keeping some parts of the year even with zero point 0.7, okay, with a peak at the end of the rainy season that it can reach even to zero point 0.9, okay. So we can see here that this fact the show us that the mangrove it is already adapted to the contamination and the plastics that we can see here, okay. We are going to we review here. This is the scenarios of plastic detected by Sentinel 2 along the years of 24 and 2025 in the Motagua River's mouth in the Caribbean of Guatemala. At the beginning of the rainy season, left it is the May 2024, and right it is May 2025. We can see that the contamination it is not as high as the next period that we will explain. So this is at the beginning of the rainy season. Okay, this is the beginning of the rainy season, but almost at the end of the rainy season in September 2024 and September 2025 that we can check here, we can see the high level of plastic contamination that the river is carrying into the Caribbean Sea. This is not May, this is September 2020, 2025. Okay, so the problem is that the rains, it makes that all the plastic that it is on the sedimented on the floor of the river, these plastics start to flow in, into the Caribbean Sea, and this is the contamination that we see here just at the end of the rainy season. Okay, so we can see that despite all this high contamination, we can see that the mangrove north and south of the Motagua River's mouth, it always remains since 2023 to September 2025. It always remains with a these excellent levels of photosynthesis. Okay, so despite this highly contamination of plastic and pollution that we are throwing inside the Caribbean Sea at the end of the rainy season, okay, that we can see here, we can see that the end of the rainy season is September 2023, September 2024, and September 2025. The north and south parts of the Motagua River's mouth mangrove, it remains with this excellent level of photosynthesis. Okay, so I think that with these facts, with the chlorophyll, using the ocean biochemistry that remains normal even with this high contamination of plastic, I think that it is worth to build a nursery of this mangrove to reproduce these species and to conserve and make grow this mangrove along the Caribbean Sea of Guatemala at the Motagua River's mouth.